Flosstube, this is Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher. I'm back for another cross stitching update. It's been a week since my last video. Yes. I know I keep saying I'm going to switch to Mondays, and for some reason my Mondays keep getting filled with things. I have a new haircut. I chopped my hair off last week. I do this, periodically every couple of years. My hair grows pretty fast, but I just needed a change. And so far it's been nice. It is different. Washing it is really great, and it's nice not sitting on my hair anymore. Also, we're ignoring what's going on my face right now. I'm 16-year-old hormonal teenager again, apparently. So we're just going to pretend you don't see it and move on. I have one finish and a new start and a couple of whips to show you today. So I'm not messing with the board today. It takes a lot of time. I'm just not doing it. So I'm just going to hold things up. My finish I have to show you is, what is this called? Peace and Goodwill, I think, from With Thy Needle. No, this is not the completed piece, but this is how I'm completing it. This was one of the projects I pulled out at the beginning of this month to see if I could finish it or get a lot of progress on. And it just was not one I really cared for. I really liked the bird in the wreath off to the side, and I think I'll stitch that just on its own into a pillow at some point. But I did not really want to have the entire long piece. So I had this stuff done. So I just added the snowman and completed this little section, and I added some snowflakes here. And then this is a motif that was actually flipped the other way at the end of the piece. I just flipped it, and I used the blue that I used in the snowman to kind of complete it there. And it does kind of have maybe a little awkward empty space here, but I thought maybe I could put a charm or something there and then just make it a little pillow. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it'll be a really cute pillow to put in my bowl. And let's see. Oh, this is stitched on 36 count Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim. So there is my finish of Peace and Goodwill. And it just, evidence you do not have to stitch a pattern the way that it is charted. You can do whatever you want. Okay. So the first whip I'll show was actually my new start, which is a kit that I bought from Shepherd's Bush a few Stitch Wests ago. And that is Here We Go, a Haunting. It's super cute. Sorry about the fuzziness. Obviously this is a kit, so it came with the amount of threads that you need and the beads. There's one button. It's over there somewhere. This kit did not come with fabric, but usually Shepherd's Bush charts are stitched over 2 on 32 count with 1 strand. I decided I wanted to stitch this on 40 count. So I'm using, I cannot remember the name of this fabric. I know it's a Grace Notes, Heather on the Hill or something like that. It's like a, purples are so hard to capture. It's a purpley grayish color, and this is how far I've gotten. It's gonna be just little, I think the end is about here, so it'll be a cute little pillow for my Halloween bowl. There's a lot of stitches in it. It's taking me some time, but it's really cute, and I'm hoping to have it finished, before the season so that I can display it this year. I have like 10 Halloween and fall smalls up here in my box that I need to pull out at some point and finish. Okay, so let's do the couple of whips that I worked on. I pulled out Stacy Nash Turkey Hollow Farm. This was another one of the projects that I pulled out at the beginning of this month, hoping to touch and get some good progress on. I only stitched, I think, 2 times on this, but that's not gonna, I don't know why I have such a large piece of fabric, but I made it all the way across the bottom border. So now I have both my borders and I can cut the excess fabric off. I got the top, but I'm just gonna leave that. And now I've got to the side and I'll cut all this extra off. This is being stitched on 40 count vintage lentil from Lakeside Linens. I'm using a mixture of called for and from Stash. The colors are very autumnal, very gorgeous. This fabric is dreamy to stitch on. I'm loving it. Originally, I was thinking maybe I'd work my way over to the yellow house, but then I was just like, you know what? These Stacy borders are a killer, and I'm just gonna try to get some done. And it's just really, really pretty. So I love having some progress on that one. I think this is the last whip. Oh, there's 2 in here that I worked on. Okay. These 2 whips, I have a tale of woe for both of them. Okay, the first one is Maria Yuan. She was one of the other charts that I pulled at the beginning of this month to get some good progress on. I wanted to finish the border. So I'm stitching this on 46 count buttermilk from Color and Cotton with the 103 silks. So I did all this border, all this beautiful border, and I got to the top and they didn't meet. We all know that horrible, horrible feeling when they don't meet. So I was counting, trying to figure out where my error is. And I found my error. I might need a board to hold up actually. This one's kind of hard to hold up, it's so big. Okay, so, oh geez, get it together here. So my error is here. I did 1 stitch too many in this leg. So all of this that took me almost 3 days is wrong. And I was devastated. And I immediately wanted to burn her in a fire. I love this chart so much, but I cannot bring myself to frog that much silk on 46 count. That's a nightmare. So I'm not really sure where to go. I finished the wording here just to see how far off it was, and it's 1 stitch too far this way and too far up. There is a lot of empty space in this chart. Like, so nothing is touching the borders, but I would have to, if I was going to fudge it, this flower up here would have to be off as well. So both of these flowers would have to be off. And I don't know if that would just really bug me because this is a very symmetrical pattern. Everything has a double, everything is very, very even in the border. So I'm not really sure where to go from here. I did toss around the idea of restarting her because I just don't think I can bring myself to frog out that much border. So for now, I put her away until I can come back with a clear head and decide later. So that is my tale of woe with Maria. Okay, and the last whip I worked on is also a tale of woe. I worked on Catherine's Garden, which is Hands Across the Sea, exclusive to Hobby House Needleworks. These hats patterns this last week, they did not like me. They did not like me. So my tale of woe with Catherine is that I stitched all of this pot here and then realized that I had put the wrong color here, and that's actually supposed to be here. So when I was counting off of these little doodads in the border to start the pot, I should have been counting off of this here because I put the wrong color here. So this whole thing is one motif too far over. So I have to pick out this whole pot. And that's a whole evening of stitching right there. So another just bad luck, bad counting error. So she's going away until I like her again and want to pick all of that out. That is all the whips that I worked on the past week. I have a little bit of haul. I got from Hobby House Needleworks, I got a cut of 56 count subdued Lally Brock from Tabby Cat. It's beautiful. It's 56 count. So I need to get me some soie surfine to stitch a bigger project or something on this. Get brave enough to stitch something bigger than a teeny tiny little alphabet on 56. And then another piece of fabric I got is from my favorite, Xjude Designs, and this is called Old Mushroom. I got a fat half. I'll just open it kind of big so you can see. In 46 count. I love these kinds of fabrics for red samplers. Like, just look how good red looks on it. Oh, tasty. So this is a half of 46 count Old Mushroom. Very excited for that. And then from Kitten Stitcher, I got a cut of 40 count farm eggs from Xjude Designs. This is exclusive to Kitten Stitcher. Look how beautiful it is. Oh my gosh. And I wish I would have had this when I stitched Spring Chicken Pin Keep from Stacy Nash. Would this not have been the most perfect fabric for that chart? I wish I would have known about it. But so I have a cut of this in 40 count now, and I love it, but you can only get it at Kitten Stitcher. Again, it's called Farm Eggs from Xjude. I love it, and I cannot wait to find something to put on it. And then I also got a cut of 40 count Xjude in oil green. Okay, look how bright this fabric is. It's very unlike something I would buy, but Audrey from Stitch Stitch Bead stitched lollies, crows, and candy corns on this, and I passed away. I could not deal with how much I loved how that looked on this green fabric. So I'll be restitching mine on this because it was too good. I could not stop thinking about it for days. And then the last piece of haul, I got a cut of 40 count Sweeney Red from Dames of the Needle. Oh, look how pretty. I got this to stitch the Kitten Stitcher or the Shakespeare's Peddler. What are those charts called? Pennsylvania Christmas Deer and Noel Tuffet. She has, I think, 3 charts that are stitched in white on a red. I have all the PDFs and I wanted to stitch some of those this year, and I think that'll just be gorgeous on this red. I have a couple of like leftover Vicki Clayton silks in some nice cream colors that I think will be perfect for it. So that is all my haul. Oh no, that's Stitchy haul. I have quilting haul. So my local quilt store called me and told me my pre-orders from January were in. So I went to go pick them up and of course picked up a few other things. So my pre-orders was Nantucket Summer. This is from Camille. I think it's Camille, like from Bonnie and Camille. Nantucket Summer. I love this fabric. This is a re-release because it released a few years ago. I love it so much. So I got it in a layer cake. I'm running out of room. And then my other pre-order was another layer cake in Sun Drenched from Sweetfire Road Designs. It's just such a pretty late summer palette. Oh, that one had bees on it. Oh, look at the bees. Oh, so cute. I love it. So those are my pre-orders. I thought one of them was a jelly roll, but apparently not. And then while I was there, they had a couple new lines in. One of the new lines is Pumpkin Spice Gatherings from Primitive Gatherings. So I got a charm pack in it. Oh, look at the purples. I want to make a table runner for this. I don't know if it'll be done for this fall, but I wanted another fall table runner. I only have one. So I got this. I also got a couple of mini charms to make bags with. And then I got some yardage. So I got the coordinating yardage to do for those. And then the new Halloween line that I've just been dying to get my hands on is Home Sweet Haunt from Stacy. I don't want to butcher the name, but it's Home Sweet Haunt. I have seen several floss tubers and quilt tubers showing this line and I love it so much. So I got a charm pack because I'm going to make another table runner. I have the most Halloween table runners. I just love Halloween fabrics. So I got a charm pack. I got a mini charm for a bag. And then I got all this beautiful yardage. I got the little dancing skeleton. I got the orange houndstooth and the black houndstooth. And then I got the orange pumpkin or ghosties. I got the green haunted house scene and the black cats. Obviously this is a lot of yardage and I got it to finish a bag, to finish a charm pack, and then to have a bunch left over for like the backs of pillows and things. So very exciting. I love buying quilting fabric and cross stitch fabric. It's just, I love it all. And then I got some amazing, amazing happy mail from my friend Debbie. She had sent me a few layer cakes a couple weeks ago, and the stinker sent me more. And I now have another beautiful Betsy Chutchin layer cake. I don't want to open it because it's not, is it bound? I think it is bound. Okay, look how beautiful the colors are. They're so, I would love to have it up all year, but like it's so fall to me. Love it. I love all the paisley print looking. Oh, it's so pretty. And then she sent me a Bonnie and Camille. So the Betsy Chutchin one, it's called Dinah's Delights, 1830 to 1850. So I'm pretty sure they're reproduction fabrics. The Bonnie and Camille, I've never owned Bonnie and Camille, but they're very fun, bright colors. There's one that has rainbows on them in here, and my girl's just freaked out. So pretty. And then this one, which is a moto, what's it called? Cashmere. And they're just these really pretty like pastels. I love it. Look at that minty, these minty blues. So pretty. And then my girls just freaked out over this one. It's Color Wall. I think it's a Riley Blake, yes. Look at this rainbow palette. It's like neon. They both just freaked out over it. I love it. I have a lot. I better get quilting. I've got a lot of layer cakes now. Thank you so much, Debbie. Okay, plans for the next week. Survive. Just survive it. We have a lot going on right now. I have not been watching a lot of TV. I have not been doing a lot of stitching. I'm literally just trying to get through this really, really busy time. I do have one plan. I'm going to start a new red sampler with my friend Audrey. We are going to start Mary Cornwall. This chart has, what are these stitches called? 4-sided stitches all through here. I haven't done 4-sided stitches yet, so I'm excited to have a chart to try them on. And I'm undecided on fabric, so the color of 103 I'm going to use is 664. And I'm torn between the X-Jude Old Mushroom or 46 count Creme Brulee from Tabby Cat. So these are my two options for Mary Cornwall. Since my last red sampler I just finished right here, Neeltje was on a white base. I'm thinking I'll probably do it on Creme Brulee because I've also never stitched on a Tabby Cat. So that would be fun. So that's really my only plan, stitching wise. I'm just kind of stitching on whatever my brain can handle right now and whatever is just sounding good. So yeah, that's my stitching deal for the next week. I do have some life updates. So last week we went to the lake on Thursday and we played all day in the lake with some friends, and that was a lot of fun. And then I started a part-time job at the U-Haul in it's like a humongous U-Haul near me. I'm called a part-time moonlighter. So I work every other weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's not like a ton of hours, but it's very new. It's very new. It's a very big life shift for us. I have not ever had a job since my kids have been born, other than mom job. And so it's a big shift. It's a big adjustment. Every other weekend seems very manageable and very doable. It's just different. My job is called customer service rep, but my friend who works there said that's just their name for monkey for everything. And so I literally have been doing just like a lot of everything. It's a very physically intensive, labor heavy, manual labor job, which my last job that I had before I had kids, I don't know if a lot of you are new here since then, but I used to work at Commercial Tire. I worked there for over 3 years. And I was a monkey for everything. I did sales, I did office work, I ran the office, I worked in the back, I did oil changes, I did alignments, I replaced front end parts, I changed tires, I accepted in inventory off the truck. Like I ran things around in the trucks. I did everything, just everything. And I actually really enjoyed it. It was very labor intensive, very labor heavy job. And I was much younger back then and strong, and I could take it. I'm much older now and I'm very out of shape. So I felt like I was dying this whole past weekend while I was working. I'm doing a lot of training right now. So I'm doing a lot of grunt work because I am training. I like washed a whole bunch of 26-foot van trucks, and it's hard. My shoulders and my arms, like with trying to reach with the brush up so high, it was a lot. And it was 90 something degrees every day that I worked, and I'm working basically out just in the direct sun the whole time. So I got burnt, and I was better about bringing sunscreen for the following days. But yeah, I'm pretty worn out today. Yesterday I was supposed to film, but like since I worked all weekend, I had to do errands that I just missed out on the weekend, and I just pooped. I'm still pooped today. I'm really tired. And that's just so pathetic. But I worked all day Sunday from 8 to 5:30 out in the 92 degrees. And I washed a couple of trucks, and then I was learning what they call level 1s, which is just like accepting returns and then cleaning the returns and then parking them and out in the sun. And I have never sweat so much in my life as I was this past weekend. It's a lot of work, but you feel rewarded at the end of the day when you finally sit down and you're like, I worked really hard today. So yeah, I have a part-time job now. I'm called a moonlighter. I work at U-Haul. But I do work with a friend, which is nice. That's always fun. And the boss is really nice. So it's a very small team. I think I'm one of 5 employees, I think. So we're a small team, but so we'll see. It's different being back at work. It's a change. So enough about that. I don't work this weekend. Well, I have to work on Friday to do just a little bit more certifications, but only Friday. And then I work the next weekend. Because this weekend we are celebrating my youngest's birthday. She's going to be 4. Her birthday is technically on Monday next week, but everyone's at work, so we decided to celebrate it Sunday. I ordered her cake and everything, and she really wanted to go back to the lake. So we're going to go to the lake Saturday for a while for her birthday fun, and then we'll do like just a family party with cake and gifts on Sunday. And yeah, and then my son has been at zoo camp this week. Today is his 2nd day at zoo camp. I drop him off in the morning and I pick him up in the afternoon, and yesterday was his first day and he loved it. I could put that boy in an empty room by himself and he would still make a friend. He is so good at making friends. I never, ever, ever have to worry about him finding someone to play with or be friends with because he's just a natural at it. He said he made a bunch of new friends, and I have to pack him a lunch, and he goes and learns about the animals at the zoo and gets like close-up encounters with them at the zoo, and he's just having a ball. So he'll do that the rest of the week. He goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I'm back to work on Friday. So he's having a great time. And today I thought I'll film, be able to put all this stuff away, and then I want to do nothing nothing the rest of the day. But that is why I feel like I don't have a whole lot of stitching to show, is because I did work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's probably why I made so many mistakes. So many counting errors, because I was so tired. Note to self, do not stitch things that require counting after work days. Only do fill in. so yeah, that's why I don't have a ton of stitching, but it's okay. I do have a few shows. We started a new show called Dark on Netflix. It's a German show, so it is dubbed in English. So if the mouths not matching the words bothers you, you might not like it, but the show is so good. We're almost done with the first season. I think there's 3 or 4 seasons. It's just one of those shows where it's like, where is this going? What is happening? And every episode you have 58 new questions and they've only answered 2 of them, but you can see how everything is like going to fall together kind of, but you're still just like, how are they going to end this? It's really good. Really, really good. It's kind of dark. It's called Dark. It's like a whodunit, like mystical kind of, powers that be kind of thing. It's really good. So we've been watching that in the evenings. And then I just have not been watching a lot of TV. I haven't been home, haven't had the time. I did restart The Last Kingdom because I just love that show. I love that show so much. And I really just wanted something comforting and that I could have on and not feel like I have to focus and pay attention. And I can just hear it and I know what's happening. And I needed to take a break from Called Midwife. It's a lot of laborious screaming in that show. It's a midwife show, right? So birth and labor screaming you're gonna get. But I needed a break after 4 seasons of it. I needed a minute. So I'm watching that and Dark, and still just kind of floating around show wise because I just don't have a lot of time right now. I think that's everything. Sorry if I talked pretty fast this video. It's only 30 minutes, so I must have been talking pretty fast. But I hope that you have a great next week of stitching and doing all the fun things. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.